everyone, this is Phyllis. Welcome to the Tech Team Show again. Today we're going to be showing you this frequently asked question that a lot of people have, which is, I really wanted to buy a house, but I am afraid to buy it. And what are the 4 common questions that usually come up in it? And here we have Arlen. Arlen, you want to say hi?
Hi everyone, this is Arlen. We are in the Keller Williams Realty and welcome. This is going to be a good topics for you guys to learn. So yeah, I'm excited.
Yes, absolutely. Because, again, we work with a lot of people and we notice that a lot of professional, they have the money, they have the credit, but for some reason they just have this deep fear in their heart that, man, I might not want to really buy it. And the truth is, I have that before too. We have been a business owner for a long time, before I even get into real estate. I rented for 10 years because I just thought that I couldn't qualify for whatever the reason is. I just think that, buying a house is such a huge deal and I just couldn't do it. And obviously after I bought a house, it's like, wow, it's actually so much easier and I pay so much lower than when I actually paying for rent, right? And Arlen loved to say this, if you can rent, you can buy. And the best thing is you're actually paying down your equity. Now you're building your equity for your home instead of paying for somebody else's equity. So this is the top 4 tips that the point that we wanted to bring up. The first question that people usually have is, I am afraid to make a large purchase. What is your take on that, Arlen?
Oh, that one is for me. I see it, all my clients, they're so afraid with the large, the biggest purchase sometimes in their life. Yes. Because of the price of the home, like 500,000, 600,000 is a big number, right? Yep. But if you think it, like, I always, experience it with my client. Yep. The mortgage professional people will not give you that number if you cannot afford it based on your salary, based on, how much money you're making each day. They already calculated it for you. So yes. Sometimes we're just overthink it because if you are making money, the same amount, hey, I approve for 500,000 and then you are renting right now for $2,000, right? If you times that times 12, I'm not good in number. You can do it by yourself or whatever you rent right now. Yes. That's the one you're paying for your rent and you're just throwing it away. It's not building your equity. And at the end of the day, it's not your property, right?
Absolutely.
And the worst thing on this one, it's a big money, right? But this is the start of your building your wealth, right? You can borrow money from your home. You can maximize the money that you put it, like you're putting it in your account, not somebody's account. So it's scary. Yeah, it's a big number. I always tell them, just try, right? All you have to do is just one step forward towards, paying your own house. Yes. So it's not scary at all.
Yes, and I also wanted to point it out, just like what Arlen said, right? The mortgage company is not going to give you a loan if the house is not appraised. Every home that we purchase for you, there's going to be an appraisal that has to be performed, so that we know that the house is really, you're really buying the house at the correct price. Number 2 is we also have home inspector. So after you put the house under contract, we actually will hire a home inspector and then you're going to inspect the whole house. So that way, if there's anything wrong with that house, you will know immediately. And I promise you, the inspector report usually is like 60 pages. And we always tell the buyer to be there when the inspector is there. So in that way, if there's any question, they can always ask. So what's going on with your home, and you can decide whether you want to buy it or not at that moment, right? And again, obviously, if something goes wrong, we can always ask the seller to repair them or give us credit for it. And number 3 is the title company. In Texas is really good. We actually use title company and they will always do a title search. So they will make sure that, this deed, this paper that you get that you own this home, nothing is wrong. There's no history. There's no bad debt. There's no lien on the home. And on top of that, you also are going to be getting a title policy. Is technically the title insurance. So if something goes wrong with this house, for whatever the reason, actually the house actually owes somebody money and you didn't know about that, the insurance will actually cover that. And those are all covered during the closing. So again, you have the appraisal to make sure that the house is priced right. You have the inspector to make sure that the house is built right and is in a good condition. And then you also have the title company, the title search and title insurance to show you that, that piece of paper that show that you own the home. has nothing wrong on that house. So again, you're well covered. You know, even though it's a large purchase, again, we're very experienced. We can help you take care of everything. And again, we're gonna, you know, mini step it so you're not gonna get overwhelmed.
Wow, that's a lot of information on that one. I mean, it's, you know, it's really not scary, right? Because
Yes.
you're working with, you know, like we're working with us, which is know, you know, we already know what we're doing, how to protect your money.
Yes. And the second fear that people have is, I'm afraid that my space needs will change within a few years, right? Sometimes people buy the house and then they got married, or sometimes people got married and they start to have children, and you know, they're afraid that they have to upsize the house. What is your take on that, Arlene?
Wow, that's gonna be, I mean, for me, it like I have a client right now, before they have 3 kids, now, you know, add more kids, so they need more space. This is commonly, you know, we experience in that one. And the good thing in that one, if you have a house already and you want to upsize, you build your equity in this house. So it's so easy for you to get pre-approved or approved in the bigger purchase or the bigger house, because you start already. So it's just like you already put the savings towards the biggest house.
Yes, she's absolutely right. It is actually less scary if you have a house and you have to upsize the house than you are renting and then you're buying a new home because you have to upsize it. And the good news is, you know, we take care of them all. We'll help you sell the home and we'll help you buy the new home. So everything is going to be on us, and we will help you take care of every little thing so that you don't miss a thing. And all you need to do is, just how you rent a home, you pack it up and you move into the new home, buy some new furniture as if you are renting too. So again, there's nothing different between buying and selling your home or renting a small house and renting a bigger house. The process is almost exactly the same. The only difference is you're using us and we are gonna help you buy and sell homes at the same time. Okay?
Wow, amazing, yeah.
Yes. The third fear that people always have is, you know, I'm afraid that my interest rate will be too high. What's your take on that, Arlene?
The interest rate, okay, sometimes maybe 1980s, 1970s, which I'm not born yet. So before, they said the interest rate is like 18%. So,
Yes.
you know, if you look in the percentage right now, it's nothing, like below 3%.
Yep.
So whatever the interest rate, if you're like maybe thinking 4% is so big, hey, compared to the, you know, a year ago or 10 years ago, the interest rate is so high. So it's gonna be, you know, it's not gonna be affecting your finances, because from the beginning, the lender approve you and this price, they know that you can pay it, right?
Yes.
And the good thing on this one, like if you're paying, example, this is, I just throwing the number, 5%, and the lowest rate go to 2%, 3%, you can refinance it to lower the mortgage rate.
Yes, absolutely. Exactly what Arlene say. You know, again, there's a couple things we always do too. We always advise you to talk to 3 lender before you decide, so that you can price shop to make sure that you know which one give you the best interest rate and best mortgage rate. And again, we work with like 30, 40, 50 of the lenders, and we already narrowed them down for you. So all you need to do is just figure out those 3 and make sure the interest rate is not too high. And the second point is, if the interest rate is really high, the good news about you is you're working with realtors. We always have a lot of lenders that's very good at refinancing the home. So again, even if you bought the home and a year later, you're like, man, you know, this mortgage rate is too high, I want to look for another lender, easy peasy. We're going to send you to another lender and you can refinance the house out and get it much lower. However, at this moment when we're recording this video that we're going to upload right now, it's one of the lowest interest rate ever. So if you're really looking to buy a house, don't wait, because you're going to get the best deal, best percentage due to coronavirus, and you'll be able to get a house at almost, you know, almost close to nothing for your interest rate compared to what everybody else has been paying.
Wow, you give them a lot of information for this.
Yes. Hey, you know, we're educated, you know, and we're working with the largest Keller Williams company in the world. So why not, right?
Yes.
And the last one that people usually say is, I won't be able to afford my mortgage long term. I won't be able to afford my mortgage long term. What do you think about that?
That one, I think for me, you're just overthinking it I mean,
Yes.
sometimes, because if you cannot afford this mortgage loan, where are you gonna live, right? You're gonna pay rent too, right? You're gonna find somewhere to live.
Yep.
So the good thing is, if you have a house like this and something happens, happening into your life that you cannot control, so sell this house and you can downsize it.
Yes.
Right? It's the easy thing. Call us, help. Hey, I cannot pay this one, something happened in your life, I will sell this house, and guess what, you make money in doing that. You can downsize it.
Yes, just like what Arlen said before, if you can pay rent like me, I pay rent for 10 years. There's no way that I would not be able to pay my mortgage, because mortgage is a lot lower than the rent that you're paying right now. Okay, and then you also will be able to do tax deduction at the end when you're doing your tax, your tax return. And again, just like she said, you can always sell it. And one more thing that a lot of people didn't think about is there is actually people that are starting to rent out their room, Airbnb them. You can rent them out to college student, or a young professional, or again, you can Airbnb a single room. I actually rented a room right down the street for when my family was visiting, and they rented it out for like $50, just a room. Okay, just one room for $50 a day. And again, you can do that too. You can rent it out for a couple days out of the month, right? And then you make a few $100s and use that towards payment, or rent it out for the whole month. My amazing cousin do that too. She actually bought a home, and then she just Airbnb'd it out because she's only single. She's just by herself, and she loves to get to know people. So she rent out the other part of her home. So she actually paying nothing for her mortgage because she's making money through Airbnb. So I thought that was a really brilliant idea. So I always tell people, hey, especially right now, I know that it's coronavirus time. You might not be able to afford to pay your mortgage, but hey, Airbnb them out, because then you still own your home, you still live in your home, and you're just renting out, one of the room or two to make some money on the side. Why not, right? I mean, I do it on my backyard. I Airbnb my RV out. So again, there's a will, there's a way. If you have any question, give us a call, because we always have an answer for you. However, just like what Arlen says, she worked with a lot of clients that, they're just well qualified, but they're just kind of afraid, afraid of the unknown. And what we wanted to tell you is we know everything that's going to happen and how they're going to happen, and exactly what you need to do or what you need to prepare for. So again, if you're afraid, don't be afraid. Invest now, because time is the only thing that you can never get back. And right now, pick up the phone, write down our phone number, and give us a call, and then we can educate you wherever you need to do. Even if you want to just talk, we are here for you. And on the screen right there, you're gonna see our phone number. Arlen's phone number is 214-690-1233. My phone number is 214-556-4222. Arlen loved working with healthcare professional and also Filipinos. She knows how to speak that language. I usually work with business owners and Chinese. I do not know how to speak Mandarin. So whichever works for you, let us know. Again, we are all for you. We're people first before profit. Arlen, anything else you wanted to cover before we go?
Oh, you give us amazing. Even when we're talking right now, I learned from you. So you give amazing information that I can help the client. Or if they have more questions for us, of course, they can call me, they can call you, and we are here to help them. Sometimes we are really, really thinking that buying or renting is, which one, whatever best for your home. We always think is, owning a home is the best time right now for you to start, because if you're renting, like every year, or every 2 years, they increase the rent, right? If you own the house, that's your payment for 30 years. It will not increase, right? Sometimes they get lower because of the interest rate. So that is one of the advantage. So guys, if you're, you love this video, please subscribe, likes, or share it to other people that might, benefits in this video. So I thank you so much. Thank you, Phyllis, and it's really good information.
Absolutely. And if you have more questions, just check out our next video right here, and we'll see you at the next video. Bye-bye.
Bye.